It is with great honor to introduce this morning to the day speaker, who I have had the pleasure of knowing for many years. He has traveled from Oahu and has been with the Shinko Higa mission for 43 years and continues to be an author. He has earned graduate degrees from the University of Hawaii and has recently retired from the Department of Education. It is a pleasure for me to introduce to you Reverend Higa.
Thank you for having me here in Maui. I'm in Kauai. Yesterday I was in Maui. Better than saying yesterday I was vacation. Thank you for having me here. It's been many years since I've last been to Kauai, and there's more cars, and since we more buildings, but I kind of noticed there's less chicken. I don't know if Kauai's favorite dinner is barbecue chicken or not. My name is Reverend Shinko Higa, and I'm Sansei third generation Buchinan Jew. And I was born and raised in Hawaii, Honolulu, Hawaii. And I went to Makine High School. I went through the University of Hawaii system. I have an AA, a BA, I have an MA, I have a PD, but I didn't have JOB. So I went into education. I taught for about 30 years, and 25 years. This guy over there, he's counting. You know, I'm kind of old, but I'm not old for Medicare yet. But I know parts A and C. I know what is donut, but mother what kind. I suppose it was the first Sansei to ever been ordained a Buddhist minister. And I spent 4 years in Koyasan Monastery, which is the mountain kind of past Osaka. And then Mr. Watase said I have 3 children and 2 Hapa grandsons. Today, I'd like to talk about what faith is. And everybody has their own different faith, what their understanding of. And what I'm going to try to tell you is not anything academic. It's just something I thought about last night when I was in Maui. I better write something, so I'll talk about faith. And it's ironic because my Buddhist name is Shinko, and it means illuminated faith. When I tell my friends that, no, how can you get that kind of name? You of all people can have that kind of name. You should maybe some ski or something like that. So that was my name. It was given to me half of my father, and the other half of my name was my Ajari, my Buddhist minister, my Buddhist priest who taught me. And they chose that word because they thought it was appropriate. I don't know how appropriate it is, but my kid brother, he always called me Ifat. Ifat, you get money. Ifat, I can buy your car. Ifat this, Ifat that, all kinds. And my mother was so mad, and she told him, you know, he's now a holy person, so you should treat him as such. And my brother felt so bad. From then on, he called me, oh, Reverend Fat. Again, now, this is just my interpretation of what faith is, and I mean, a couple of years ago, I was in Maui, and I gave a sermon, and after 10 was at 9, I was sitting down for lunch, and, you know, I kind of hearing what these 2 Obasanos in the corner, they was talking, I could hear them. And one of them said, oh, what was his name? Hage. And Hage means bald, yeah? Then the other one said, no, not Hage. His name was Hige. And I listened to them. I guess they have their own interpretation. But the third Obasan, she was the smart one. And she said, no, you guys, you never listen to one. His name is Higa. I don't know why his mother called him Florence. Okay. Well, I spent 4 years in Japan, and hard to believe but I was a vegetarian. I weighed about 140 pounds. And there was no meat, and so it was okay. It was training, easier than going Marines, I thought. Yeah, because at that time they had the Vietnam draft, and I read about people son at the army. So I spent 4 years in Japan. But I also spent 60 days in Shikoku. In Japan, there's 4 major islands. There's Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku, and Kyushu. On Shikoku, there's 88 sacred sites or 88 sacred temples established by many different priests and Yamabushi and stuff. So I thought that I wanted to start this pilgrimage. Some of you may know the Hachiju Hakusho, the 88 pilgrimage. So I went. But then I wanted to get away from the temple. So I walked from Koyasan, which is up in the mountain of Osaka. I walked all the way to Shikoku. I didn't walk across the water, I just ferry. And I walked for 52 days. That was the best thing in my life. And during that adventure, I met a lot of different people. And they sort of molded the faith that I have now. And I would kind of like to tell you about some of them. The first thing I want to call is what I call primal faith. Primal faith. Okay? It is a basic belief that there is a God or a Buddha, and that this Supreme Being is kind and loving and forgiving, but all-powerful. And being such is so magnificent, he can cure anyone or cure anything. And this ability to accept help from non-entities or non-material is what I call faith without consequence. Okay? In other words, I'll have somebody pray for me. One of my vows when I went to Shikoku was I will never ride anything. I have to walk. The only thing I had to do was I had to ride the ferry, because unlike Jesus Christ, our Savior, some Savior, I cannot walk across water yet. So I had to catch the ferry, but I walked everything. I walked in the mountains, the narrow trails, I walked in freeways, I walked in tunnels. And I made that pledge to just walk. So one day when I was walking his car, it was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, his car pulled up to me. And he looked at me and he said, "Oh, can you come to my house and pray for my daughter?" I said, "Oh, why?" And she said, "She's about to die. You will save her." In Shikoku, it's a very religious nation or country, that if you see a priest walking, they somehow believe that that priest has sacred powers. So they wanted to stop and ask him to pray for them. So he asked me, he asked me, "Can you come to my house and pray for my daughter who's dying?" I was only 20 years old. How can you get something like that from me? I don't know what to do, but I said, "I'll go." Now, I was in my sage hat, my Buddhist robe, I had my staff, I had everything. But I told them, "I'll meet you at your house," because I made a vow to walk. So you tell me where your house is, I'll go there. He said, "No, it's too far. You have to go in the car." Now, I was testing whether, wow, am I supposed to break my promise and jump in the car and go and try to pray? Not saved now. Go and pray for this person? And I said, "No, I have to walk and I'll meet you there." And, you can't imagine the face that he had. It was like, "You're my last hope and you cannot help me." I felt so sick, I felt so wounded, but I said, "No," that he left. He wasn't all mad at me. He wasn't really disappointed. He just felt that maybe he was let down, and he slowly drove away. You know when you're angry, he just drive off, and he just slowly drove away. That's my first lesson. Oh, they tested me over. Really bad. So that was, he was willing to try anything, and I couldn't help. That's a certain type of faith that we also have. The second one of type of faith is called, I call it intervention of divine being. Intervention of divine being is like when Spider-Man comes save you, yes? In times of distress, in times of trouble, and it reinforces the belief that there is a more powerful God or Buddha or any type of intervention like Superman. Because I walk through the mountain path which nobody takes. The path is about this narrow. If you fall off the cliff. But there are nice paths that you can walk. And you walk and you walk from one temple to another. Sometimes it's 20 minutes, sometimes it's 3 days, but you just walk. And I was on my journey, I was walking, and the mountain trail disappeared. So it disappeared, and me, I think I'm a tough guy, you know. I was going to say my wife, you be a tough guy, until we faced with this problem. Where the trail went, the trail disappeared. So I walked, and I started thinking, what I will do, what if Obama come attack me? I don't know. Keep on walking. Then I came across this big field, nicely manicured field. Then I thought, wow, this place is nice, must be taking care of somebody, so what? Civilization. So I probably walk, I wasn't scared, you know, eventually I have to be safe. So I walked in the field, and in the corner I see 2 dogs. And they're jumping around, chasing each other. I said, oh, you know, these animals, and they turn around, and the dog look at me, they go, the canine teeth was about 9 inches long. They look like saber-tooth tigers. And you look at me, and I look at back, and what am I going to do? I'm going to run away. I ran away when the dog was chasing me, barking me, and just barking in Japanese. So I ran away, and ran to the forest, and finally something said, stop. So I stopped. I said, what the hell? You know, I worked so hard, I dedicated my life, I'm here at this pilgrimage, this dog attacking me, I lost. Then I looked down, I was back on the trail. I was back on the trail, found my next destination, and I win. This is faith by spiritual intervention. This guy named Fukudayama. When I was on my pilgrimage, and as I was walking, this huge shadow came behind me. Huge shadow. I thought it was a cloud. So I turned around and looked for this biggest Japanese guy I've seen in my life. The guy was about 6'9", 6'10", big guy, about 400 pounds. I turned around and looked. Sumo wrestler, sumo tournament. So when I saw him, I had to talk to him. You know, in Japan, everybody small like that. Everybody was small like that, but when you come big like that, you want to sit down and talk to him. So we did. His name was Fukudayama. He was a sumo wrestler who belonged to a stable, and apparently he wasn't doing well. So his stable mates or his friends said, you know, go on this pilgrimage, but ask the spiritual being, the Buddhas, whoever is there, so you can become Yokozuna. Well, I never heard of the guy after that. I don't know how he did, but this is what the literal faith for him was. If I follow what others say, I will get a good life. If I pray, Buddha will grant my wishes. I don't know how important that is, but I never saw his name on the 1-2K. And then name is the sumo guy. So, well, just to say I want faith is not enough. The next one I categorize as the personal faith. As I was walking, the people give me a osetai. Osetai is a gift. They give you money, it's about 50 cents. They give you pecan, they give you watermelon. So I got an overall. What's that? You know Shikoku? It's super nice, really nice. All of Japan, especially Shikoku, they give you gifts, especially if they see you as a walking pilgrim. Because they might feel that you might be a spirit walking, so they give you stuff. And I have all kinds of stuff. So in return, I bless them. And this one pilgrim, old man, he was sitting on the corner, and he was going to the next temple. So look at him and said, poor guy. So I took his bag, and I told him, I carried this for you. So I carried it for him, and I walked to the next temple. I went to the next temple, I sat under the tree, I sat down and I waited. Then this police car came. Wow! And I look at them, the police ran out, he's standing by the door, and I don't care, police, Hawaii police, Japanese police, not like Hawaii police. You look at Hawaii police, you become scared. You look at the Japanese police, you can say you takoyaki or something. Then the guy ran out of the car, grabbed his bag, threw all his bag. Then I said, what the heck? I carried this bag for you and you call the cops on me. Then I think back. I think my Japanese was not good enough because I told him, instead of saying, I'll carry your bag, I told him, I'm going to take your bag. My Japanese is really bad. But then, after a while, his name is Suzuki. It's a Suzuki. So Suzuki-san kind of realized maybe we made a mistake. He kind of dumped the gun. He apologized. And he followed me for 3 days. And it was really nice. And he paid for my lodging. And we stayed at ryokan and stuff like that. But the third day I was kind of worried because I was kind of handsome young on John. But he was the nicest guy in the world. But while he was doing the pilgrimage, he did it only on certain times, like during break or holidays. And he would walk only so far. And when he gets stops, he puts a red spray. He sprays the mark when he left for jump on a bus, go home, and his next spray he come back and he started to spray it again. So he sprayed the wall, and he sprayed the ground, he sprayed my shoes. And he was telling me he does this for his mom who passed away. So apparently he loved his mom so much, and the mother couldn't go on the pilgrimage. So in his place, her place, he went. We didn't give us certain time. It's like a personal faith for him. This is an individual's relationship to Buddha on a personal and private level. Nonetheless, for him, it was very sincere and very intense. So what it was carrying on faith for his mother, in place of his mother. He's carrying her faith. Finally, not finally, a couple more stories. Is that okay? We have time? I was really embarrassed in my pilgrimage because as I was walking, I met this woman, this young lady. And I don't care what kind of bonsang I am or how religious you something. You know, I was still in college, and when you see somebody young walk past, you go, yeah. And she was walking with a limp. And she passed me every time. The next day I see her, I walk, and she always passed me. But she always had this limp. So one day I was asking one of the ministers at the temple, I said, well, who's her? Because I see her. And she said, well, long ago, her and her mother used to go on this pilgrimage. But why they started was the daughter, that young lady, she had like a dekimono, a carbuncle, cyst or something on her leg. And so they went to the doctor, and the doctor botched the experiment, the surgery, and she couldn't walk. So that was it. So she told Mom, okay, that's it, power. But the mother said, no, you cannot just stop. You cannot just give up. We're going on the pilgrimage. But the daughter said, I cannot walk. The mother said, you can. And she carried her. Carried her. 88 temples, that's over 1,000 miles. She carried her. Not one time. They went around and around. Because the mother feels and she believes the faith that we share could cure you. So along the way, the mother died, but she began to walk. And she continued to walk today. And she outwalked me. And for me, that was very embarrassing. But it's really pure and unrelenting faith for the daughter that she does this. And I saw her a couple of times after that, she just walked off. That's going to be honest. So that's a different type of faith. The next one I want to tell you is, I call it the X-File. This sometimes so unbelievable. And whether you believe it or not, I don't care. Okay? It's up to you. But this is X-file faith that happens. My journey is 3 days sometimes, from one temple to the other. And because I didn't bring money, I do what is called pakuhatsu, and you beg. Okay? You beg for money so they give you it. And what I did was, after a while, you go to small temples, nobody gives you nothing. They think, wow, I cannot survive like this, so what am I going to do? So one of the big temples, I waited around. When I see the tour bus come, they unload about 50, 60 people. I stand by the entrance like that. And the tour bus guys, they look at me, they feel so cute. They take care of the air-conditioned bus. Oh, they give me plenty of money. And that's how I survived. That's how I survived. But from point A to point B, this one particular thing. It took me 3 days of walking. I got sick. Okay? I got sick, and I just happened to sleep under a tree, and that made it worse. The next day I was walking, and everything turned all pink. I said, oh no, man, I'm going to faint. And if I faint, I know nobody will pick me up. They just will pick me on the side, push me under the tree, so I fainted. I said, oh, what do I do? And this guy came up to me, he told me in Japanese, oh, you okay? I said, yeah, I'm okay. He said, oh, you go down this road, there's this temple there, and they only open once a year. This happens to be that day. You walk down this road, you go to the temple, and they'll take care of you. I said, okay, thank you. So I walked down, go in the road. It was not a steep road, walking down the road, and on the side of me, there's fields that look like sugar cane, like green sugar cane. But I think it was like some kind of rush for the tatami. It was really nice, and I started feeling good, a little bit better, walking down. And there was this temple. As soon as I pulled into the temple, had a guy sitting there. He said, oh, welcome, come. But you cannot come into this temple until you purify yourself. And I've been to Mizugyo, which is water purification. And we sit under the waterfall. You may see movies like that. So I've done that before, no problem. They said, oh, go and purify yourself over there. So there's a small stream. The stream is only, like this. I mean, how do I ever sit in there? Have my butt to hang out. So sit in the water, kind of clear myself, so put my robes back on. And I went to the temple. All of a sudden, there's about 30 people. So I looked at them, I said, may I enter and may I offer sutra? So I started chanting sutra, and that's all I remember. All I remember is sleeping, all I remember eating, and I remember waking up. I don't remember anything. All I remember is they didn't look normal. They didn't look like modern day kind of farmers. But it didn't bother me. The next thing I remember, I was walking up this same path, passing all the same sugarcane looking trees, and I stopped right at the intersection. I was hanging around like that. This guy said, hey, what you doing here? Don't talk to me like that. Then he said, where are you? I said, oh, it's down at this temple. He said, how can? It's an abandoned temple. No one's there. Nobody ever goes there. Why did you go? I said, somebody told me to go. He said, no, I'm just there. That's not pretty. He said, no. Go look again. So you look again. The tiles were all broken for the roof. The doors that you can see, the foam, the gates were all bust out, all broken. And he said, how can you have found it? Nobody was there. And to this day, I can't figure out why. That's why I call it X-Files. Some of the people I tell, they say, oh, wow. Inside of me, I used to be it doesn't matter. This is just something that happened to me, and this is reinforced my faith somehow. I don't know if they were ghosts or whatever like that, but it was really trippy. It made me so much more strong. Kind of running out of time, they were like you mentioned already, so one more slide. The last one I call the generation of faith. Different generation of different faith. Long time ago, everything long time ago, yeah? I made a junket to Vegas for the church members. But I cannot say we're going to Vegas, yeah, but no sound right, yeah? So I said, oh, we're going to a meeting in Los Angeles. They have a temple there. So we attend the service, and we have your free time to go there. Oh, bloody guys, sign up, yeah? So we went to the temple in Los Angeles, and we had service, and that night we stayed at the Yanko Hotel, and had an earthquake. And I've been in an earthquake before, so no problem, man. And I was like, oh. The next day during breakfast, everybody was talking about the earthquake. And I want to say old people, the first generation people were saying, oh, when they had the earthquake, the first thing I did was pray. They prayed. And I listened to that, I said, oh, good, interesting. That's the modality, that's their thinking. When there's distress, when there's problems, when things they cannot do, they start praying. Okay, that's cool, that's all right. And the second generation, my parents' guys, they said, oh, Mom, what you guys did? She said, oh, we were scared. But the first thing we did was grab the blanket and we stand under the frame. You know the bathroom frame? They say in the earthquake, that's the strongest place. You stand under the foundation. So they grabbed the blankets, they stand under the foundation, and then they started praying. You see the difference in first and second generation? First generation ran to pray first. Second generation, a little bit more after these guys, they learn about earthquake and stuff, they know they gotta protect their head, and they're sitting under the frame, and then they pray. Then they asked me, I said, nah, I wasn't scared. Because I couldn't tell them. When I had an earthquake, I was in the bed, I was thinking, who's still king of Vegas or what? So we had to go and get ready like that. I had time. So I went back to my room and used the bathroom. So I sit in the bathroom and I waited. Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped a part. The waitress who was talking to us said, no, LA gets so much earthquake. They're not scared, not dangerous. The dangerous one is going to go like that. That's when the foundation cracked and everything. This kind of earthquake grew up. So it's okay, so we learned a lesson to go upstairs. I went to the bathroom, I sitting down. Sitting down on the toilet, all of a sudden, I feel water on my butt. More earthquake! And they start moving this way. So more scared, because finally the lady told me, no, that kind of earthquake there was. So I ran outside and had the Mexicans, the housekeepers. And I ran outside, I don't know what to do. So they all started running downstairs. I don't know what to do, so I go follow them, right? So I followed them, we run all the way downstairs, they stay inside the laundry room, everybody waiting, very quick stuff. They start looking around each other. And they started laughing and talking in Spanish, and they look at me. Yeah, sorry. Then I went upstairs. And everybody's talking about it just in the class. They finally it's like, oh, after all these years, after all I went through, I don't remember why you started Peppa. Anyway, thank you for inviting me to Bali. I really enjoyed it very much. Thank you very much. I have to apologize. Sometimes my language comes out not very proper and that's very bone-sunny. But thank you very much. I appreciate it very much. I'm going to just call, I'm going to just call. I'm going to